Get him to jump, and now here's 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, here's Murray. That'll be taken in there by Miles Boykin. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. This is Love. And some room to work. That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down.
They're making it look easy out there. Another 1st down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 1st downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. Redskins with their first trip to the red zone thus far. They come up 1st and 10 at the 16. On the carry, it's Love. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
In your face.
Now on 2nd and 13. Murray. And he slings one that's incomplete. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Murray with a 3rd and long. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30.
One thing that I liked about this guy during the draft process was his motor. Of course, I loved his skills, but he plays hard on every down.
And that motor on full display there as he gets his first NFL sack. And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost, and they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. So 3 drives now for this offense, and that field goal gives them their first 3 points.
So if you're an offensive coordinator and you're averaging a point a drive, you're in the wrong line of work, aren't you? You got to find a way to unlock the key to these defenses and put some big points on the board.
Go. Let's go.
At their own 27-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
Throwing here to start the drive as they connect left side. Give them 15 there, and the Cowboys have a first. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful you're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
feel like, yeah, all day like, yeah, all night like, yeah, whole squad like, what? And it feel like, yeah, all day like, yeah, all night like, what? Whole squad like, yeah, and it feel like, yeah, all day like, yeah, all night like, yeah, whole squad like, yeah, and it feel like, yeah, all day like, yeah, all night like, yeah. You don't want problems, you don't want smoke, dog. You don't want problems. Yeah, you don't want problems, you don't want smoke, dog. You don't want problems. Yeah, you don't want problems, you don't want smoke, dog. You don't want problems. No, I say you don't want problems, you don't want smoke, dog. You don't want. Call us dangerous. Ain't too many can play with us. See what this game here taking us. No barber, ain't no fading us. I ain't really saying much. Actions be louder than words, man. I just wanna be heard. For your mom to your pop to the beat to the birds, man. Cut right off on the curb like I'm Barry Sanders. Chains on and the diamonds dancing. Game on, so it's time to go. When the rain starts, I'ma let you know. Name a squad that is better though than my home team. We a pot of gold. I'm a dog. I'ma need a bone for my whole team. I'ma let it go like blah. Yeah, and it feel like yeah, all day like yeah, all night like yeah, whole squad like what? And it feel like yeah, all day like yeah, all night like what? Whole squad like yeah, and it feel like yeah, all day like yeah, all night like yeah, whole squad like yeah, and it feel like yeah, all day like yeah, all night like yeah. You don't want problems, you don't want smoke, dog. You don't want problems. Yeah, you don't want problems, you don't want smoke, dog. You don't want problems. Yeah, you don't want problems, you don't want smoke, dog. You don't want problems. No, I say you don't want problems, you don't want smoke, dog. You don't want. I put so my frustration, I was waiting to shine. My father taught me don't be soft, so now I'm taking what's mine. I define myself as ambitious, young, black, and gifted. Master P, my masterpiece, that mean I don't got no limits. Bout it, I doubt it. My homies know you ain't ride it. We break you down like a pound. I got it, don't pound it surround me. I'm corrupted, flow cold and it's rugged, bump it. What is up? I'm ready for war. You got to love it like yeah, and it feel like yeah, all day like yeah, all night like yeah, whole squad like what? And it feel like yeah, all day like yeah, all night like what? Whole squad like yeah, and it feel like yeah, all day like yeah, all night like yeah, whole squad like yeah, and it feel like yeah, all day like yeah, all night like yeah. You don't want problems, you don't want smoke, dog. You don't want problems. Yeah, you don't want problems, you don't want smoke, dog. You don't want problems. Yeah, you don't want problems, you don't want smoke, dog. You don't want problems. No, I say you don't want problems, you don't want smoke, dog. You don't want. From Prada, rolling up. I'm in a brand new model. It'll be here tomorrow. I don't got fears or problems. Only got real ones round them. Only got. It take a week to count it. Then I'm back up. Name the place and we pack up. Running these racks up. 100 meals a week after.
dying from laughter. When it come to handles, never had one. With a bad one, made a meal today and ain't my last one.
Oh, I had to get back up. I had to get back up. I can't take no loss. You better call back up. I'm running it down to finish. I don't play, get down to get it. Talk about that, come slide, I'm with it. Better see me now, on God, I'm litty. I know that you tryna go big. Better run up the cash and love to spend. Made it, kill it, and did it again. But the intent, no, I'm down to win. I can't feel bad about it. I know you sad about it.
We are just inside the Beltway, about 10 miles east of the Capitol Dome as we come to you from FedEx Field here in Landover. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Dallas Cowboys and the Washington Redskins. Here's the former Utah Ute, Matt Gay, to get this one started. And we are underway from FedEx Field. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line.
The Redskins take over first and 10 at their own 32-yard line.
From the 32 now, here's first and 10. They'll run with a backup. This is Williams. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's second down.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
And with the play clock winding down, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Now Murray off play action. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Deebo Samuel was the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Play fake. Murray. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. Fielded at the 20. 43-yard punt, but they get 9 back on the return. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. On 1st down, Hutchins. Able to shake free for about 7 up to the 35.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fix and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
On 2nd down, Hutchins. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
Set, 180. Hey, let's get this.
Mayfield. The open man is Smith. Touchdown, Cowboys. A big play there. 66 yards as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turned into his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. An incredibly short kick fielded way up there. And they're going to have really good starting field position here as that's taken up close to the 40. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
2nd and 5 now. Murray. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Murray now, and he's able to find Diggs. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. He missed on his first 3 passes, was 0 for 3. Now gets a connection. Maybe that'll get him going.
Yeah, it wasn't a time for panic, but there was some concern because once you start in a certain pattern, you're wondering, can you get out of it? And that flips the other way, too, when you're throwing it really well. In this case, now he's got his first completion. They think he might be off to the races.
And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 14.
Set, hut. Now the wolf. Check 56. Let's go, baby. Turn over. Get that ball. Get that ball.
On 2nd down, here's Murray. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And their inaugural sack of the game coming from an unlikely source.
You mean it wasn't a linebacker? It wasn't a defensive end?
It was somebody like you.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, that's a surprise for the offense. That's not what they normally get when they think about pressure.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Play action. Now it's Murray. Under pressure again, and down he goes again.
We've watched this a long time, and I still don't believe we get it. 3rd and long. Why are you calling play action?
Yeah, because they're not going to bite defensively, right?
No, not at all. I did have a coach explain to me years ago that for some teams, that's how they have to deal with pass protection and their line blocking. But to me, it seems silly.
Yeah, well, they're silly, and it leads to a play action sack. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. This will be taken at the 10. Excellent work on the run back there, 33 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. A good start to the drive here as that's caught out on the left side. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. It's a gain of 16 in the Dallas 1st down. Play action now. Here's Mayfield. This will be caught by Brown. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown.
Good job.
A.J. Brown, 41 yards. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. Gay is on for the point after. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. This is taken at his 4. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Here we go.
The Redskins
Here we
take
go.
over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Let's go now.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. To throw, it's Murray. And he's got Bennett. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first.
1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Let's put him on the buses. Let's put that team on the bus.
Murray now on first down. And that will be incomplete. They couldn't hook up on what's going to be the final play of this first quarter.
Cowboys 14, Redskins nothing.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. Here's Love. He only got a couple on that one, so not a ton of help. They'll have a 3rd and 8 forthcoming.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
The Redskins on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Now Murray. It's complete to Diggs. And he finally is out of bounds, but he's down inside the 20-yard line. Big yardage that time for the Redskins. 47 yards.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 17-yard line.
And I don't quite know what's happening here. It's a first down, but the field goal team is out onto the field. From the left hash, this from 34. And he missed it. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. Mr. Davis, you're a football lifer, my friend. You've called games at the highest level. You know head coaches inside and out. Please explain that one to me. Speechless. And what is going on here? Are they serious? First down, and they're in punt formation. They'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline.
Let's go! Let's go!
First and 10 at the Cowboys' 45-yard line.
Here we go! Here we go! Good team on it! Good team on it! Army!
They'll run on first down. Love. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. It's a gain of 34 for an offense that has not found the end zone yet. That's a big play.
There's the spark right there. The big play that they needed. Now they've got to go ahead and finish this drive and put this ball in the end zone.
It's on for the field goal of 27 yards.
And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost, and they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. So he gets a shot at atoning for the earlier miss here in the first half and able to knock it through.
And what a relief for him, don't you think? Because how many games have we done where kickers missed one early and never gotten a chance to atone for it the rest of the game? That's a lot to carry around.
Brandon
After splitting the uprights, McManus to kick it away. This one taken just inside the 10. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
The Cowboys take over first and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. I would say they went 3 and out last time, but actually they didn't even get to 3 and out. Still a strange decision to us here in the booth.
Yeah, let's hope they don't go 1 and...
He can't avoid the pressure. Redskins get there. Rashawn Gary. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? Quarterback gets hit.
Play fake. Mayfield. And that will be incomplete. Try to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Hey, 133.
They go play action. Mayfield. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. Returnable for Grant.
You ain't doing nothing today.
A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And it'll be Redskins football now with a 1st and 10. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder. It puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. On 1st down, it's Love, and he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and that'll make this a 2nd and 13.
On the ready, Mike's 50. Watch the pass.
Now Murray throwing on 2nd down. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that's caught inside the 30. A gain of 32 that time. Obviously, they're not where they want to be right now on the scoreboard. Big plays like that, though, that'll trend them in the right direction.
Yeah, a few more like that, they'll be right back in the game. And if they can continue to do that, maybe they'll inspire their defense as well. They'll get a few stops.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Looks like he's going to get a couple here on this 1st down carry, and that'll make it 2nd and 8. A short gain of just over 2 yards as the first half clock dips inside of 3 minutes.
At the 26-yard line.
On 2nd down now. It's Love, and the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play, and they'll be facing a 3rd and 12.
Set, hut. Now the wood. Watch the pass. Watch the pass. Here we go. Here we go.
Throwing is Murray on 3rd down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Set, baby. Set, baby.
We've got a 14-3 ball game with 2 minutes left in the opening half. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short, no good, and this score will stay right where it is. And that's the risk of the long field goal miss here at this stage of the second quarter. You give up great field position.
And that gives them one more opportunity to make something happen and something big. And we've seen crazy stuff happen at the end of halves.
Right there in the middle, 55. We got it.
They'll run on first down. Hutchins. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Give him 10 there. Good enough for a Cowboy first down.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
Right back to him on first down. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 14 yards, good for a Cowboy first down. Consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on arrogance now, and that's that good arrogance, believing you can run the football whenever you get good and ready.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Point it right, point it right, point it right.
They'll try the left side. Hutchins stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Don't say nothing.
They'll try the left side. Hutchins. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. If there was one area that the coach emphasized in our pregame meeting, it was red zone offense.
And the sense I got from it, and I think you did as well, they weren't real happy with how they were executing previously, so they put a lot of time and effort into it because getting points is paramount. Doesn't matter what you do otherwise, don't leave the red zone without putting points on the board.
And he's wrapped up, taken down, back at the 25. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. Mayfield off the play fake. He's going to let it go deep into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Nasir Adderley. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out of here, regroup. But how will the head coach and his staff approach?
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Monte Nicholson picks it. And he will be brought down as time has now run out on this first half of action. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend as we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. We'll see if week one fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. This is taken just shy of the 10 here. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line.
At their own 32-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10.
Undercrush, undercrush, undercrush. Hey, alert 33. Mike 55, Mike 50. Pistol. Hey, orbit. I got you.
From the gun, Mayfield. Open man is Higgins. And he gets it down a yard or two shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds.
Timing is everything, and they work on this cut all the time. They work on all the timing patterns, and this time it paid off for them. Worked him to the center of the field, cut it to the outside, ball's delivered, gets both feet down for the completion.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down.
Hey! Alert!
Mayfield down. Got him in. It's Brown. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. And they're going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at the Redskins 19.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag. Because when you do, you just put the ball on him and then let him run.
Yeah, he's got some space.
Pick it up, guys. Pick it up. 51's the mic. 51's the mic. It's coming this way. Here we go. Go, Mike 51.
From the red zone now, Mayfield. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
And when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Landon Collins. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
2nd and 11 at the 10-yard line.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. They turn to Love on the handoff. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. 4 yards on the pickup there as they get it back to a more manageable 3rd and 7.
Makes it 3rd and 7.
Here we go. 52's the mic right here, over there, right? 52's the mic.
From the gun on 3rd down, Murray. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the... He's got him in, complete. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. Hate to see this. Week 1 of the season. We'll be back. So that changes things. Here's 1st and 10 all the way up at the 45. They'll hand it off. It's Love. Pushing forward for 3 up to the 48.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Now a pass taken in by the tight end Herndon. And he's going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 42. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. And he's going to be hit and And taken down. Back right around the 48-yard line.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Murray now to throw. That's going to be caught by Samuel.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helped to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Murray with a 3rd and long. Open man is Samuel, complete. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver, where he was going, and then they're able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of a 1st down.
And this one will not get there. It's off to the left anyway. It's no good, and this score will stay right where it is. Down here in the 3rd quarter, obviously that's one they could have used.
Yeah, and one of my favorite special teams coaches in the NFL told me what separates the kickers in the NFL versus the ones who are not is not the misses. It's the 2nd miss in a row. Best kickers in the league, they don't miss 2 in a row. He's got to get his head back together in case he gets another shot.
And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 13 yards and a 1st down, Cowboys.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it, sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
Mayfield now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10.
Kill. Regular.
From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. This pass complete to Higgins. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
To number 88. It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5 at the Redskins' 38-yard line.
They'll break the huddle, send 3 receivers left, 1 to the right on 2nd and 5.
Check 13. X3. 218. Chop it. Hurry. Hey, alert.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8. He's making quite a splash here in his NFL debut.
But he was advertised as being NFL ready, and both you and I tend to arch an eyebrow a little bit when we first hear that. But I think that they were right about this one.
Mayfield on play action. He's going to wind up and air it out. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. In for the score. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. Here's Gay now to add the extra point. And it's It's 21-3. Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20.
The Redskins take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. Well, let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
A boost here to start the drive. After the penalty, it's 1st and 5.
Watch the run. Watch the run.
Shotgun now from Murray. Herndon's got it complete. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
From the 26, they'll line up on 2nd and 4.
Go!
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. A gain of 2 there on the heels of a 1-yard pickup on 1st.
Brings up 3rd and 2.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Watch the screen. Kill, kill, kill. Kill, kill. Hey, alert 3, alert 3.
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Redskins on 3rd down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. Here it's 3rd and 2.
6 guy. Check 6 guy. Check, 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 check.
Staying on the ground, it's Love. And it would appear he's going to be short of a 1st down as he stopped right around the 29. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
They're already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down.
Hey, hey, hey. Check safety, check safety. Hey, hey, watch it, watch it. Put up.
They'll go with the keeper. And he'll burrow his way forward to pick up the 1st. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th.
Something to watch here in week 1 of the season, tackling. Because you and I both know that in the preseason, a lot of these guys don't play a whole lot. Plus, the intensity and the speed really ratchets up on opening week.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Here we go, D. Get off the field. Switch. Switch. Wide. Get wide.
They run the counter. Love. Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. And now time will be called here as we've got an injured Redskin down on the field. Hate to see this. Week 1 of the season. We'll be back. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Let's make these babies cry all the way back.
They fake the handoff. Now Murray. And Diggs has it. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That one good for 26 and a first down. Line of scrimmage moves from one 37-yard line to the other as they come up 1st and 10. Murray now on first down. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. The tank, DeMarcus Lawrence with a sack.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Going deep for Diggs. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick. And to the 12. That's where it stops. The return is halted at the 12-yard line.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
Now they set up the screen. That's complete. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play. Got to give some credit there defensively. They snuffed out that screen early on first down.
Really read it well, didn't they? Because they didn't bring the pressure that they expected. They covered all the passing lanes. So once you see it break down as the passer, I think in this situation, you're throwing it at the feet of your back to make sure no one picks it up, or you throw it away, throw it over the sideline. Don't try and freelance and try and make a bigger play. There's really no one else running a pattern that should be open.
Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete.
Well, the fans should be applauding this defense right now. It's an excellent job. They force a 3 and out, and they should be able to set up their guys with great field position, probably near midfield or better.
So from their own end zone here, this kicks away. Here comes Grant on the return. 12 yards on the return that time. And the Redskins will have a short field here as they take over 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he will find his man on the end route. Complete. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. Decent start to the drive, but let's face it, they need a lot of things to go right in a short amount of time down 3 scores.
Yeah, they're going to run their 2-minute offense here in this game, but this is for future games. Can they get better and be ready for the next time, hopefully with a chance to win?
And he's got this pretty close to a first down at the Cowboys' 31. The offense on 3rd down tonight, not quite 50%, 4 for 9. They're looking at 3rd in the nose of the football.
Check hot route. Hot.
They go back to Grant. And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? They looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you ought to have a few men in the box there.
On 1st and 10, here's Murray. Throw right side is going to be caught by Samuel. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Murray. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Now Murray off play action. And he's able to find Diggs. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 12-yard line. This drive, it's been a good mix. 3 passing plays, 3 runs, hitting on all 3 of those passes, and the last one putting him in the red zone.
So wouldn't you think play action right here? Because you've got the ability and had the ability to run it and throw it. Go play action and take your shot at the end zone.
It'll be a gain of 4, and it'll be a second down. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports.
I can't believe they even let you play.
To throw again on second down. Murray flushed out right to the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
So now here comes the field goal unit again, and this phase of the game has been an absolute disaster so far. This will be a 34-yard attempt. The kick by McManus is good, and that'll get the deficit down to 15. So another good job defensively because they've allowed 3 trips into the red zone, but only the 2 field goals.
Yeah, that's the bend but don't break, isn't it? And they really didn't get broken at all because if you're running off the field having allowed 2 field goals and 3 trips in the red zone, you've actually come out ahead.
Yeah, flip it over to the other side. The offense, they'll hope to cash in for 6 next trip. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point.
Recon, 132 fighter.
On first down, Hutchins. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. The tackle by Cole Holcomb. The Redskins now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10.
Hurry. Hey, alert 33. Hey, Delta.
Well, the lead late in the 4th, but Mayfield's going to throw it. Complete. Smith has it. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. 11 yards and a Cowboy first down. Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with 65 seconds remaining. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
Under 10. Up,
Working out of the gun, Mayfield. Blitz coming, and down he goes. The Redskins going to go ahead and use their final timeout as it comes with exactly a minute to go in the football game. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down.
Mike 55.
Hurry. Point it right. Let's go.
To throw, Mayfield. He completes this one to Mack. A gain there of 21 yards.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep two hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish.
I do get a kick out of seeing a team kneel down at the end of the game in victory formation and wrap one up, because most of the time a kneel down is not a good thing in football. In this case, it's the best thing for the team that's winning.
Best thing week 1 and 1-0 after going down to that knee.
Alert.
So this one will end in a victory for the Dallas Cowboys. And, partner, I must say, good to